Hi everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Remy's back with me again for another reaction, make that reaction for Dragon Age The Veilguard's official release date trailer. And she just asked me, what was the question you just asked me?
I was like, why are there so many eggs in the chat? What do the eggs mean?
The eggs are because Solus is an egg. And that's the meme, is like, Solus is an egg. Let me make sure.
Egghead. What does the worm mean?
Worm?
People are posting worm.
I don't know, actually. There's a lot of things, like, I'm a big part of the Dragon Age fandom, but, like, there's some memes that even I don't know. Because I've been in and out of the Dragon Age fandom for a while. But yeah, this thing starts very quickly, and I'll probably cut out any dead air, but I think this is fun. But, yeah, so I'm very excited. I'm also kind of like, I think the opposite of everyone else. Everyone else is like, oh man, I can't wait until, I hope this game comes out like mid-September. And I'm like, please wait till October. I need to finish Dragon Age Inquisition for the channel first.
Well, in my
also Black Myth Wukong.
In my theory, because I play The Sims 4, which also releases through EA, and for like their bigger packs, they usually give 6 weeks from like when they announce the date to when it's out. Hi, Rihanna! And I know this is the whole game and not just an expansion pack, but I'm wondering if they'll follow that same formula, possibly.
Which, little one, since I wanted to react to this trailer like immediately, and because normally for any videos Remy's in from now on, we're gonna wait till little bug is asleep.
But this one we wanted to react to live.
Yeah. Is that do you see that picture of your cousin?
Oh, you see your cousin, huh? You see the dragon. I know.
Oh,
like
dragon.
dragons.
Yeah, she sees the dragon. Come on. Do Dragon Age. Oh.
10, 9,
Look at
8, 7, 6,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mwah!
Okay, let's see.
Perfect for watching with
blood, nudity, violence.
Ah!
It's not like she doesn't watch us play Dragon Age. Oh. Oh.
Gods walk free, all because you disrupted my ritual.
Oh.
You battle against gods.
Morgan!
You will not rest until you are on your knees.
Is that Morgan?
Fearful.
Is that the worm?
Cowering. Helpless in the face of such
Oh, so we're
power.
getting to see the villains of the game a little. And the dragon.
Rook, you've got this.
I don't think this is actual gameplay.
It says actual gameplay with some custom camera angles, so looks like it's actual gameplay.
Adaptable.
Or at least cutscenes in.
She said, "Whoa!" as a dragon. I
That's-
agree.
It's to Vinter.
Allies to go after the gods.
Oh, aha, camp attire.
I've got places to look.
Oh, so we're just walking through Illuvians. Cool.
Where do we start?
We're just gonna use Illuvians to. Okay, that's gonna be interesting. Baby Griffin.
In war, victory.
People are mad we don't get the dog like in Dragon Age Origins and 2 in this one, and it's like we get a baby Griffin, guys.
I'm ready.
Why does he have spectral wings? He's a rogue.
This before. There's something kind of exciting about it.
Okay. Are those Darkspawn?
What is happening to me?
Was that just Harding using magic? Dwarves can't use magic. Okay.
Draw the dragon out into the open.
Then attack.
You and me, Brooke. Maybe that's what scares me.
Oh. I'm gonna be so tempted to
For the
flip.
time
Morgan!
legends are born or slain.
That's an interesting redesign of Morgan. It's the only character you've recognized so far. Well, you've seen Varric before. This is interesting.
Our gods. How do we stand against that?
I believe in all of us. So let's get it done.
Okay. Oh, this is actual gameplay, it looks like. Big drag. Oh, that's a scary look at it. Whoa! Is that Solus as Fen'harel? Oh, that's a pie demon. Oh, are we gonna play two dragons at once? That's never happened in Dragon Age before. October 31st. Okay. Whoo! Pre-order now. Receive the Blood Dragon cosmetic armor. Well, we can pre-order now. I need the money to pre-order now. Woohoo!
So that timeline is more of what you were expecting versus what I was
Yeah, well, I'm happy about that. That gives me time to finish. That gives me time to not rush my uploads of Dragon Age 2 and also do my uploads of Dragon Age Inquisition. I'll probably have to rush my uploads of that through September, though.
Yeah.
I might start uploading like a Dragon Age video every weekday, just because I have a huge backlog of them. Because I'm also going to have to upload Black Myth Wukong, which will probably be like a weekend thing. And even if I beat that game way before the Veilguard comes out, I'll just be releasing it slowly. Alright, so we're going to replay this. Hey guys, we're back. We just had to wait till the evening to record our like slow breakdown because we tried and the little one was not having it. So she's asleep now. So we're going to go through this again.
Hopefully she stays asleep.
Okay.
You have no idea what you have done.
Okay.
The blighted elven gods walked free. All because you disrupted my ritual.
So that's like, if you remember from the last trailer, that was like the big gameplay reveal. The thing that they showed was like interrupting Solus's ritual, and then apparently we released the Evanuris, who are like the ancient elven gods. Whoopsie! But yeah, hey Solus, maybe that wouldn't have been a problem if you had like not been trying to tear down the veil and like not kill millions of people.
Oh, oops, we stopped him. Oops, oh no.
Which I know that they're going to try to, like, justify things, and it's like, oh, well, it was for a good reason. It's like, yeah, but he still would have killed millions of people.
You battle against gods.
Morgan!
They will not rest until you...
Okay, so, at first I thought he might have been, okay, this might be the Grey Warden faction for this Rook. Because in the trailer we had an elf Rook, like the first gameplay. This is a human Rook, it looks like, well, obviously. And the wings here and the blue and the silver is leading me to think that he picked whoever this player is picked the Grey Warden faction. Also, why'd they have to make Lucanus so pretty? Like even in the background. Why is this man so handsome?
You are on your knees.
Ew, tentacles. I've seen it on hentai, I don't know where that's going. As I say that, tentacles. Which I want to know who this is, because I thought it might have been Davrin, the Grey Warden companion at first, because elf ears but that's not his hairstyle. And I can't see the insignia. Is this the Inquisitor?
I mean, it could just be a new character.
It could just be a new character or just a random NPC.
Do you think it could work like sort of like the Guardian in Baldur's Gate, where you like build a second character to?
Well, you are building a second character, and that's going to be your Inquisitor from Dragon Age Inquisition, who is going to be like a guide, I guess. Because spoilers for Inquisition, which if you haven't seen my Inquisition playthrough, well, you won't have because I haven't uploaded the first episode yet, but. Spoilers for Inquisition. At the end of Inquisition's Trespasser DLC, the Inquisitor gets their left arm cut off. And that's basically BioWare's justification for, you can't play as the Inquisitor in the next game. Which, I'm sure, prosthetic arms are a thing, but like, I guess. Especially if you're a mage, it makes no sense why you couldn't be the Inquisitor still with one arm. Capture card fell now. But, also, lots of tentacles, so it seems like whatever elven god this is, which people have been looking through, like, the art designs, and I think that one of the tentacles is supposed to be... I can't remember. I know that the other one, the kind of, like, weird-looking guy is Elgaranan, the king of the elves, but I think he was going to show up here.
There's a hentai god?
I guess she's all tentacle-y. That's Balara. So apparently she's a mage, which in the first trailer they showed her with a bow. So a mage with a bow, that's interesting.
Helpless in the
okay, yeah, that's where I was looking at. So that's... People said they figured out who this one is, and I don't remember.
Helpless.
But that one, if we look at his design... Oh, dang it, what happened? Why did it go back?
Helpless.
That looks to be Elgarnan, the king of the Evanuris, the king of the elven gods. And I don't know why they look like demon things. Solus said the blighted elven gods, which in most other fantasy settings that just means like, oh, the fucking elven god. No, the blight is a thing in Dragon Age, remember? Because Darkspawn. The blight. Do they have the blight? Because spoilers again for Inquisition. The main villain of Dragon Age Inquisition is one of the first Darkspawn, and he's like hyper intelligent, crazy powerful mage. Are they like Corypheus? Did the elven gods? Because the whole thing with the Darkspawn is the archdemons, like the big dragons that control the Archspawn. They're old Tevinter gods that the Darkspawn find and feed Darkspawn blood, and then they become archdemons. So that's the old gods, and we know Corypheus are the. Does everything just come back to the Darkspawn all the time?
In the face of such power.
Dragon? Okay, so like the dragon design seems like. Yeah, dragons look awesome in this game, which in Dragon Age Inquisition, that's one thing. Like, I thought the dragons looked okay in Origins and 2, but that's one of the best redesigns they did in Inquisition, was that all the dragons kind of have this kind of design.
Is he a Kunari dragon?
Well, Kunari are supposedly have some dragon blood mixed into their DNA, so that's why they have horns. At least that's the theory, because they didn't all used to have horns, but like, and Kunari, they don't worship dragons, but they like hold them as like, not like sacred, but like worthy of respect kind of thing, because the Kunari don't really have like gods. They live by like a principle. But the dragons in Dragon Age Inquisition all kind of look like this, just with slightly different designs to their horns and their scale colors and stuff, as opposed to in Dragon Age Origins 2, all high dragons were just purple. And then, or the Archdemon. Which in Dragon Age Inquisition, there's 10 different high dragons you can fight, and they all look awesome. This one kind of looks like the one you find at the Western Approach, or maybe even the Ferelden Frostback.
Rook, you've got this.
I still don't forgive them for breaking Bianca.
I've seen your work. You're clever.
Also, after just finishing my Dragon Age 2 playthrough, the amount of times they comment on Varric not having a beard in Inquisition, or in Dragon Age 2, it is so fun. In Inquisition, he still doesn't have a beard, but he has like stubble. It is so funny in the Veilguard finally seeing him rock a beard, and there better be jokes about it. I hope we run into characters from Dragon Age 2 like Merrill or Fenris, and they're like, because those are the two that I think would make the most sense to show up in the Veilguard. Maybe Anders, but like, I would love for him to run into one of them and then just be like, "You grew a beard. It's weird."
Oh, it's okay. You won't be alive long enough for that.
Stop it. They're not killing Varric early. Oh, that's a good shot of that dragon.
Adaptable.
This is all in-game engine apparently too, which is crazy. Which also, guys, I'm going to have to play on PS5 because I looked at the PC specs for the Veilguard, and oh my gods, you need like I could play it on high and record it, which would look a little bit worse than the PS5 version, but since it's an action RPG and I prefer using a controller anyway, PS5 is probably how I'm going to go. But the PC specs to play on Ultra at uncapped frame rate, you need like, your oldest piece of hardware needs to be like from 2022 or 2023. And my newest piece of hardware on this computer is from 2022, so... Which I still have a really high power rig. I can run Baldur's Gate 3 on Ultra, and I would be able to run this game on high. But if running it on high on PC versus running it at slightly better graphics on PS5, I'm gonna go PS5.
You don't know.
Which feels kind of weird because I'm playing all three of the other games on PC, but you know what? It's a tradition. I've played every other Dragon Age game my first playthrough on a PlayStation console, Origins of 2 on PS3, Inquisition on PS4. It's fitting that I play the final game on I think it's the final game.
Then to quit.
Tevinter, we're the only place left in Thedos that still has legal slavery, which was funny because Dorian is like, you know, it could be worse. Your poor people have it worse off than our slaves in Dragon Age Inquisition. And then your Inquisitor can be like, hey, that's fucked up, dude. Like, even the Kunari don't have slavery. Like...
It's like house elves. Like,
well, like in...
Oh, silly Hermione. Why are you against the slave?
Well, that's the thing, is like Dorian's whole thing, and that's like his one flaw. And like everything else, he's like the opposite of what you'd expect from a Tevinter mage. Like he doesn't do blood magic. He hates blood magic. He's like very against like mages ruling with tyranny. And he loves his homeland and wants to change it. And he even says, like, I don't think slavery is what we should be doing, but slaves in Tevinter are treated better than servants here. And it's like, in every house or just your house is one of the things you can say. It's like, just because your dad, who also is a raging homophobe, so why are you defending him, could Oh yeah, it's fucked up. Part of Dorian's backstory is his dad tried to use blood magic to change his mind and make him straight. And you can confront him in Inquisition, and it's so heartbreaking because Dorian is like, and what did you, I think the line is like, and what did you do when your precious heir refused to play pretend for his life? You tried to change me. And like, you can hear his voice break, and it's like, ugh, baby boy. I love Dorian. He's probably my favorite. He's definitely my favorite mage in all of Dragon Age, but he's not my favorite character, but he's probably in my like top 5. But anyway, Tevinter, we haven't seen floating cities in anywhere else in Dragon Age, so like Tevinter is very advanced because mages are in charge. Okay, and this is the other reason that makes me think this Rook has the Grey Warden origin, because you can pick between 6 different origin factions. And apparently there's like, you pick your faction, and then you can pick a backstory based on your race and class as well, which I kind of like. And this is very... I know you've only seen my playthrough of Origins, where like the Grey Wardens just have kind of basic, like every armor like everyone else, but in 2 and Inquisition they have like a unique uniform. And this is very much giving Grey Warden vibes.
Want allies to go after the gods? Allies to go after
I'm gonna record with sunglasses so you can't see where I'm looking.
So you can't see where I'm looking. Face pressed against.
Listen, like, I was very much like, Nev was not in my top, like, 2 romance, but this trailer has made me like, wait, maybe though.
gods. I've got places to look.
Harding's definitely in my top 3 possible first playthrough romances.
Where do we start?
She's short and special. So
That's the thing, if I play a Kunari, I don't think I will, because I don't think it could justify the size difference. But I'm playing a Kunari in Inquisition, which, spoilers, that vote came to a draw, so I rolled for it, and I rolled for a Kunari. So maybe I'll play an elf in the Veilguard. I think that'd be fitting, considering elven gods are the villains. And y'all would finally get to see me play an elf, and because there's body type sliders. My biggest problem in Dragon Age with playing an elf is they make you be a twink in Origins and Inquisition if you're an elf. And I don't want to be a twink. I want to be buff! I want to be buff! Because I'm buff in real life. You see? My arm is bigger than my girlfriend's, or as big as my girlfriend's head almost.
well, my head is like way in front of her.
Yeah.
Even.
My arm is almost as big as her head. So like, and this also like, so I don't like playing twinks when I play male characters, and I think in my first playthrough of any RPG, I like to play a character I can kind of somewhat self-insert into for my first playthrough. So like, it's kind of the cool thing with these Let's Roleplays is I haven't really self-inserted much, except a little bit with Einar in Origins, but I definitely didn't self-insert at all with Hawk or with Valdras, which is the name of my Kunari Inquisitor. But I think for this game I might, if the body type sliders do exist and you can make a buff elf, I'll say it now, if you can make a buff elf, I will play an elf in the Veilguard. If you can't make a buff elf, then I'm playing a human or a Kunari. But if I play an elf, I'll probably end up romancing either Harding or Nev. Or Lucanus.
I'll be damned.
Oh, I forgot about the hot Baby Griffin, which this is a big lore thing, because griffins were extinct. And Grey Wardens used to ride them.
Griffin.
So we know he's a Grey Warden. Like, we know Davrin is a Grey Warden. And he's really cool, but I think he'll be more like my bro, kind of like Alistair and Varric and Blackwall and Inquisition. Less romance opportunity, even though every character is confirmed to be pansexual in the Veilguard. I don't think I'm going to romance Davrin, but something could change my mind in game.
War. Victory.
Oh.
Baby Griffin, him's such a good boy.
Yeah, he go boy. And then...
Or girl, I guess.
Or girl, we don't know yet. But then, the Darkspawn. I'm not sure how I feel about the Darkspawn redesign. Also, why does our rogue have magic wings? We know he's an Antivan Crow, just like Zevran. He is formerly of the same... At least I think they've confirmed that. He's from the same assassins organization that Zevran was working for in Origins. You remember Zevran, how he's like, I failed to kill you, so they're going to kill me. So team up. So
I'm ready.
So he's definitely an Antivan Crow.
I've never seen this before.
Mm-hmm. And okay, so she is a mage.
There's something
She's definitely lowest on my list of possible romances in this
exciting
game.
about it.
I'm sure I'll like her as a character, but I'm not. Okay, those Darkspawn look... Why does he keep doing that? Those Darkspawn look wild.
Fleshy lumps, but then they're turning into stone. Is Harding turning into stone?
Yeah, and that's another thing. Harding casting magic? Dwarves can't cast magic. That's a whole thing, is like... Dwarves are... So they don't sleep. Well, they sleep, but they don't dream, and they can't go to the Fade, period. And all magic comes from the Fade. So dwarves cannot be mages.
But I think in the storyline you're gonna go into the Fade, like...
Well, that's the thing, like, even in, like, Dragon Age 2 and Origins, like, if you go into the... If you take Oghren physically into the Fade with you, or you take a Varric into the Fade with you, or into an Inquisition, that doesn't make them have a connection to the Fade. They're being forced in, and they freak out every time. I mean, Oghren doesn't, because Oghren has no character, but, Varric freaks out.
But with Solas fucking with the...
Yeah, but that's the thing. Dwarves have no connection to the Fade, so that shouldn't do anything. But, oh, that's right. There's a DLC in Dragon Age Inquisition called The Descent. And there's a dwarf character that helps you out throughout. And at the end of it, because she gets so close to a Titan, she has magic-like abilities, which is strange. But I'm going to be mad if Harding is a dwarf who can cast magic before Sandal. You know, the enchantment boy. Which in Dragon Age 2 and Inquisition, or Dragon Age 2 his voice changes enchantment, and I kind of like it better. And he wasn't in Inquisition, which was disappointing, because there's a role he could have filled, but they gave it to another character who he also beat in Origins. But I'm hoping we see him in the Veilguard, because they hyped up his story so much in Dragon Age 2. Like, there's dangling plot threads, like 3 of them involving Sandal, and I'm like, I need to know. I need to know. But Harding cast also Darkspawn. So they redesigned the Darkspawn after Origins for 2 and Inquisition, and I loved the redesign in 2 and Inquisition. I thought it looked way better and made them look less just like orcs and more like their own thing. But if these are the new Hurlock designs, I don't know how I feel. Because the Hurlocks are the human Darkspawn, the Darkspawn that come from human broodmothers, and these ones just kind of look... Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
What is happening?
Okay, so that's a thing that she doesn't know what's going on. She's freaking out. And she's with Rook, so maybe something happens in-game specifically to Harding. I'm sure we'll find out more about that. So this, I think, is Navarra, where Cassandra's from. Because in Navarra, they have a lot of weird rituals with the dead. And I have a theory that this guy, because he's a party member, Emmerich, my theory is that he is Cassandra's uncle. Because Cassandra talks about how her uncle is a Mortalitarsi, or a necromancer, who oversees the dead. And he's like the big boss of those people.
Mm-hmm.
He's also fancy.
Yeah, I'm just looking at all his buckles and stuff.
You know, if he were in an anime, people would think he's the protagonist to all his belt buckles. But I won't be surprised or disappointed if he's not Cassandra's uncle, but like he's definitely got some connection. He's a necromancer. He's got to be from Navarra.
Let the Fade draw.
Oh, that looks like a robot.
Yeah, like what the fuck is this thing?
What's with its eyes?
Is it a construct? Because like it looks like a undead, right? And he's a necromancer, but also it looks. There's no creature that we know of in Thedos that looks like this, unless this is supposed to be a redesign of giants. But look at all the contraptions on it. Is this like some super weapon the Navarran necromancers are trying to build? That could be anywhere because it's just a statue of Andraste.
Draw the dragon out into the open.
Dragon!
Then attack.
Kunari Muscle Mommy. Is that her voice? That's not what I expected.
Then attack.
You and me, Rook.
Why did
Maybe
they show
that.
so little of her?
They haven't showed a couple of the characters much. They showed like a brief glimpse at Davrin, the Grey Warden, too. They didn't show him much. They're really focusing on Nev, Emmerich, and Harding. But also, like, they're really hyping up this romance. And I'm like, is this going to be like Mass Effect where they were like pushing like, oh, Ashley, Caden, Miranda. And then everyone went, nope, Liara and Tally. Or in the case of Caden, everyone went, nope, Garrus. Well, to be fair, I romanced Miranda, but that's because I was a horny-ass, like, 17-year-old boy, and they gave me a hot girl with a bubble butt.
Isn't Garrus the, like, alien?
The bone bird man,
Oh.
bird-looking bug man kind of guy.
Yeah, I was thinking bug alien.
Yeah. he's the most romance character by female shepherds. Well, it's between that, the Canadian human man, and the lizard man, or be gay. But also, like, I know that they said the romance scenes are going to be spicy. One thing I know they talked about is that, like, party members will start to romance each other or, like, NPCs if you don't romance them first. So I like that. I actually really like. I wish Baldur's Gate 3 had done that. Because there's hints of that they want to do that, like with Karlach and Will and like Astarion and Gale and stuff, but like nothing ever comes of it.
Scares me.
There she is!
These are the times.
I didn't romance her, but there are so many fanboys squeaking. And also that redesign, though. It's like, it still looks like Morrigan, but like, especially with everything that happened involving, because she's an Inquisition too, involving her and Inquisition. Is she a secret party member, or is she going to be like an advisor, like Liliana, isn't it? Because Liliana's an advisor to the Inquisitor and Inquisition. Is she going to kind of fill that role for Rook? Oh my god, why is he doing that? Are our advisors, quote unquote, going to be Morrigan, Varric, Solus, and the Inquisitor? That would be a room full of people who are going to argue nonstop. Particularly Morrigan and Solus, because there's a mission in Inquisition where you go with Morrigan joins your party as a 5th party member, and as you go through it, if you have Solus in your party, they constantly bicker and talk shit. And you can go, can you two get a room? Also, where's your kid? Like, where's your son?
Well, how old
Legends
is
of
he by
Ball.
now?
Well, this is... oh, shit, he's probably doing his own thing. Yeah, this is 10 years after Inquisition. Or 9 years. It's 9 years after Trespasser, which was like 6 months after Inquisition, I think. So, he's like 9 or... he's like 10 or 11, I think, in Inquisition. I could be wrong on that. So, he's at minimum, like, at least 18. So, he's probably off doing his own thing.
Or slain.
Okay, so we get some cutscene action. So this Rook is a rogue. Who is that? Who is that? Okay, so that's Lucanus, our rogue, and his subtitle is The Mage Killer. Who is that? Is that someone
he's killing?
But I'm curious to see if it's someone we know. It can't be Calpurnia because you can possibly kill her in Inquisition. There's Matt Mercer's character. Oh my god, he looks so silly.
Wait, is he a construct?
He's just an undead that Emmerich brought back. He's Emmerich's... Why does it keep doing that? I guess it's because it was alive. He is Emmerich's butler. His name's Manfred, and he's voiced by Matt Mercer. And I love how BioWare and Larian put Matt Mercer in their games, knowing people would want to romance Matt Mercer. And they made it Skelly Man, who people have legitimately asked BioWare on like Twitter and stuff, can we romance Manfred the Skeleton?
That was about to be my question.
They said you can't romance Manfred, but we're not saying no to Skelly romance. And it's like, oh, does that mean Emmerich does like some weird skeleton shit in bed? Because Emmerich, the old mage, is romanceable. But then Minsk, who you can flirt with and say, hey, want to have sex? And he's like, sex? No, we must save our muscles and our bodies for fighting. They keep casting Matt Mercer as unromanceable characters and just pissing everyone off.
That might be his preference.
No, he joked about like he almost voiced Gale. He was the first choice for Gale, but then when they found out Minsk was going to be in the game, he asked if he could read for Minsk instead. Which I'm actually glad that happened because he's the perfect Minsk, and Gale's voice actor is so good. Anyway, enough of Baldur's Gate 3. Manfred, he has goggles. I was not expecting... He's got a little backpack, a fanny pack. Oh my god, his ribcage is stuffed with Emmerich's things.
Is he gonna be like fresh cut grass at like the beginning of
my god, is he the friend? I love it.
Our god.
You know, it'd be funny if they gave him a canonical flesh tongue. Just because Matt hates it. Well, yeah, like, this seems to be a lot of necromancers channeling some kind of ritual into this thing. This is going to be a big thing in the game, I think. Okay. Okay, so what is this dragon? This looks like an archdemon.
How do we stand
Yeah, because that's a lot of Grey Wardens fighting it. That's all Grey Wardens. Is this an archdemon? Is there about to be another Blight? Yeah. Well, because that looks like... Because, spoilers, Corypheus makes a makeshift archdemon in Inquisition to, like, make people think there's another Blight when there's not.
It looks like a baby bird.
Kinda, yeah. But it's, like, all torn up. But that's kind of... Archdemons all look like corrupted dragons, because they are. But if the elven gods are blighted, it would actually kind of make sense why there's Darkspawn running around. And maybe there is a blight happening at the same time.
And it's got resist things all over it.
Well, that'd be kind of interesting, because if we're having to fight the Evanurus and there's a blight happening, it makes sense why we'd have a Grey Warden in the party. I mean, there's a...
Potentially, too.
Yeah, if you play a Grey Warden, yeah. Plus, there's a Grey Warden in Inquisition, too, with dealing with Corypheus, so... There's not a single game where you don't have a Grey Warden or Grey Warden adjacent character in your party. They like the Grey Warden. I'm so tempted. It's going to be hard for me not to pick Grey Warden as my organization.
I mean, why not? Like,
the other ones are so cool too, though. Age The Veilguard.
I believe.
Who? Is that Cullen? That better not be Cullen.
In all of us.
It better be someone new, because that vaguely resembles Cullen, and that better not be fucking
So
Cullen.
let's get it
Okay, Davrin and
done.
combat. Actual gameplay. Oh, that's creepy looking. Yeah, that's fucking Solus as Fen'harel. And is that one of the other elven gods turning into a dragon? Maybe.
I mean, there was the construct thing in action.
Okay, so we see Fen'harel jumping up against a dragon. Oh, it's wielding a big-ass axe. Okay, and that dragon, so that's the dragon it looks like that Fen'harel was attacking. If those are buildings, then this dragon is much larger than other dragons, so that means that Solus as Fen'harel... Let's just go back here.
So let's get it done.
Defy the gods. They finally got us fighting gods in Dragon Age. We fought a corrupted old god and an archdemon, and in Dragon Age 2, we're mostly just dealing with people. Like, the BBEG is literally basically just an Oathbreaker paladin. Or no, Meredith is just remember that video about the two kinds of paladins? She's the other kind.
The cop.
But very, very against mages. You'll see when you watch the Dragon Age 2 playthrough. Which is funny because she has a compelling backstory, but it's like she uses that compelling backstory to be because her little sister was a mage who got possessed and killed her family. But instead of using that as like the Templars go too far, me and my family had to be in hiding, she goes, nah, we need to be stricter on mages, otherwise my parents would be alive. If we had just sent my sister to the circle, my parents would be alive. And it's like, yeah, but your sister would have been locked in a tower her whole life. Anyway, let's see what... Okay, so that dragon, if it's as big as it looks coming out of the ocean, like, look at the buildings around it. These all look massive, right? So that means Solus is probably the size of, like, a normal dragon right here. Because that's definitely Solus, because he's Fen'harel. If that's him fighting against, like, if he's, like, a normal-sized dragon in Thedas size right now, that means that dragon is... I'm thinking... Oh, I think I know, because the design of its head... looks like this guy I'm about to pause on too. Look at its head, right? Like the crown like that. Let's wait for a second. Look at that. That's one of the two Evanurus we saw in the trailer. That's Elgar'nan, the king of the Evanurus. So, can he turn into that fucking massive dragon?
Good theory.
And if it is, that also might lead to speculation that the ancient Tevinters, if all of the Evanurus can turn... What if she, because you know she's all tentacly and like covered in bullets, what if this one is the other dragon? Theory, the old gods of Tevinter, because in Elven history there's a story Meryl tells in Dragon Age 2. And I just recently got through this, so it's fresh in my mind. Where she talks about how the creators, who are the Evanurus, they call them the creators, the Dalish do, fought against the, I think she called them the Lost Ones, which were another group of gods. And Fen'harel was like kind of playing both sides and tricked them both into being sealed away, once in the heavens and once in the abyss. the abyss could be the deep roads where the Darkspawn live, and the old Tevinter gods could have been the other elven gods who were sealed, because both sets of elven gods were sealed away. The old Tevinter, could the lost ones or the evil ones that the creators fought be the old Tevinter gods? And literally everyone's just been worshipping dragons?
It always goes back to dragons.
Well, except for the Maker. Which we still haven't seen evidence that the Maker, like the god that the Chantry worships, doesn't exist. There's been a lot of points proving that, yeah, that fucker's real. Especially because when you physically go in the Fade, you can literally see the Black City, which is when they, in the beginning of Dragon Age Origins, like the Chantry teaches us that the mages sought to usurp heaven and instead they destroyed it and became the first Darkspawn. They went into the Golden City and turned it black by their corruption. So there's the theory that the Black City was always the Black City, and that's where the Evanuris have been this whole time, is in the Black City. And that there is no Maker, but that the elven gods just have been in control of everything. But then there's the theory that the Evanuris were lesser gods. And Solus tells that they were never gods, but just kings and queens who became so powerful that the normal elves considered them gods. That's what Solus says, which would make sense because he's one of these gods, Fen'harel, the Dread Wolf. And he is a god, but and he's very powerful. But it seems like he's mortal, not like he's ageless, but it seems like he can be killed, which is clearly the case with these guys too. But they're so powerful, Solus had to seal them away. So Solus sealed them away, and now I'm thinking he might have sealed the old Tevinter gods away, and the Darkspawn go looking for them, and that's when they wake up, because that's what the archdemons are, is the old Tevinter gods. But the whole point is that dragon's head shape looks like Elgar'non's crest. Look at that!
Yeah.
That looks like Elgar'non's crest.
Yeah.
This is Elgar'non. I'm calling it now. This dragon is Elgar'non. This is his true form. Maybe he is the most powerful archdemon or something. I don't know, but he's definitely a dragon god. Also, this shot is clearly meant to pay homage to the Demon Souls opening, where the dragon god boss stands up between two towers and roars, looking down at the player. What is that thing? Oh, that's Harding!
Her casting a spell. Just her casting a spell.
That thing, that's a construct.
Oh yeah.
Oh, whoa, I don't know why I've what that. That's an ogre, Darkspawn. You know the big one we fight at the tower in Origin, at the top of the tower? That's an interesting redesign. I've been iffy on all the other... Oh, what happened to my light? Technical issues, folks.
Did Yasha sit on it?
Thankfully, I'm so glad my computer was not plugged into this. Because it's getting fully unplugged. Okay, good. And we're still recording. Sorry, guys. I'm going to cut this part out, but technical difficulties. You know how it is.
Well, I have the door open, so I'm
Trying to get this to plug in. There we go. Good blue light. Okay. Sorry, folks. We're back. But this Is there a way I can make it frame skip? Yeah. So I've been iffy on the other Darkspawn redesigns because all we've really seen is a Hurlock and maybe we saw the Griffin pecking at something that kind of looked like a mage Darkspawn. So maybe that's a Hurlock emissary, like a Darkspawn emissary. I'm kind of digging this ogre redesign.
You could probably change the speed to something slower than 100%.
Playback speed 0.25. Let's try that. Yeah. Okay. I am liking this. Okay. Oh, I'm not so. Don't know how I feel about the mouth.
Monkey. They're 8-ish.
I don't know how I feel about the mouth, but like this shot, I like this redesign because it looks more corrupted, and the Darkspawn are supposed to be corrupted. Maybe the Evanurs are corrupting the Darkspawn even more. Speculation, clearly, because we don't know shit. I don't know how I feel about that jaw. But, to be fair, the ogres are what happens when a Kunari broodmother gives birth to Darkspawn. And that's a Pride Demon, which I like the redesign of Pride Demon. Some more gameplay, it looks like. Okay. So I'm going to playback speed back up. And watch that again. Okay, I like the gameplay look so far. Okay, 2 Archdemons? Because those are either corrupted dragons, kind of like what Corypheus made. So either Elganon and the other Evanurs are able to make their own like corrupted dragons that serve them, because Corypheus could do that. But then again, Corypheus was the first Darkspawn, so he's able to control all things blighted. Like that's a big thing in the Dragon Age 2 DLC. They talk about how because you have a few Grey Wardens. They can all, because normally Grey Wardens can't hear the Archdemon like speaking in their mind, but they can. Every blighted creature, Grey Warden, Darkspawn, can feel Corypheus talking. So like, and he's the main villain of Inquisition. That's that DLC I was talking about in Dragon Age 2. That was like a DLC, but it like set up the villain for Inquisition. And then in Inquisition, even if you didn't play the DLC, Varric and Hawk just act like they did it. But these dragons look... So that one looks more like a standard dragon, but it's still got some like messed up qualities to it. Kind of looks like a D&D red dragon, honestly. But then looks like it's got like corruption down here. This one definitely looks more fucked up. Maybe that's the other Evanurs. Okay. And I'm so glad it's October 31st. Blood Dragon armor. Yeah, I'm excited for that. So yeah, okay. I am very excited about this.
Now I know what you're doing for Halloween.
Which faction were you doing? Here's why you should be excited. I'm very excited. You don't need to convince me. Oh, see, there's in that thumbnail. That's the corrupted Archdemon that you fight in Inquisition, and that kind of looks like the dragons we saw here. But I want to go back to the one shot of Elganon as a dragon.
Our gods are back. Our gods. How do we stand against that?
How do we stand against our gods? That's a good question.
All of us.
Is
So
that
let's
Cullen?
get
I hope not. I hope Cullen isn't a bad guy. Well, his voice actor was super transphobic and homophobic, so he got fired. Which is sad for a lot, because he's like the most romance character for female Inquisitors. Yeah, that dragon wins. And also, it's always been speculation on if Solus can actually turn into a wolf. Apparently he fucking can. Yeah, we're gonna get you to bed soon. That thing is interesting to me, but I'm mostly interested, clearly, in Elganon being this is the final boss, I'm calling it. Elganon is the final boss. And it looks like they're definitely going the whole Solus is on your side thing.
I believe in all.
I hope there's a way to still like make him feel remorse and stop him from doing what he's trying to do. Because if we're importing, my Inquisitor is not going to be okay with the shit Solus is trying to do with Valdroth. Valdroth is not going to... So the way I'm playing my Inquisitor, just for you guys to know, role-playing him, unlike me, who is very much pro-mage over Templar, he is a Talvashoth mercenary who grew up fighting as a soldier his whole life and is thrust into this leadership position that he's never had before. He's a young, like, well, not young, like late 20s. Of course, probably our oldest outside Hawk character so far. And he is not... He doesn't hate magic, he doesn't hate mages, of course, but he's definitely skeptical and a little bit like, magic gives me the heebie-jeebies. Like, he doesn't trust magic. Let's put it that way. It's not that he hates mages and he believes mages should be free, but he doesn't trust magic to solve his problems. and he's going to have to learn over the course of the game. Like, that's kind of how I'm role-playing him, is he's going to have some character development. Like, maybe, we'll see how it goes. Maybe he'll end up being like, yeah, no, I was right, but we'll see. I doubt he will be, because I'm role-playing him, and I'm very mage, which is so funny, because I play warriors more than anything. Yeah. Also, I know we're playing a warrior in Inquisition again, and we played one in Origins, but if you guys were expecting me to play Mage in the Veilguard, I'm sorry. I'm playing a warrior. It's an action game. I'm so excited to play a warrior.
You're not gonna be a rogue?
No. Maybe if I hit, you know what, that it could be like a sub goal. Like if I hit 1,500 subs by the end of the year, then I'll do a playthrough of the Veilguard as a rogue. I'll play as a dwarf rogue. The two things I would never want to play. Actually, a pretty good sub goal. 1,500 subs, me play as a rogue. I'd rather play as a mage or a warrior, but obviously warrior. But maybe I'll play as a sword and shield warrior this time around. I don't usually. I usually play as, like, Valdras has got a big hammer right now, and Einar was a big sword boy.
Usually a two-handed weapon kind of.
Yeah, sword and shield seems like it'll be fun in this game though. But like,
So let's get it done.
I don't know how I feel. I don't really like Davrin's default armor, if that's what that is. Doesn't really look Grey Warden either, and he's a Grey Warden. I like Lucanus's look though.
So let's get it done.
This is a rogue, clearly. I do like how they're not restricting rogues. It looks like because in previous games you'd had to choose between being an archer or dual wield, and he's got a bow on his back. So it looks like because it's action gameplay, like they're having able to, like, you can be up close with your daggers and then pull back and pull out a bow, which might make me actually enjoy playing a rogue eventually. Like that could get me to play a rogue.
Yeah.
Because that's always been my biggest thing, is I love archery, but I do feel like I should be in the front line some. So dual-wielding rogues feel more like the protagonist choice, even though I would rather be an archer rogue every day of the week. But this could get me to play a rogue. I'm not picking it over warrior, though. But I'm still debating on sword. I guess it's going to depend. If I play an elf, I'll say it now. If I play an elf in the Veilguard, I think I'm going to go sword and shield. And remember, I'm only going to play an elf if you can make a buff elf. But if I play as a Kunari, I gotta have a big weapon. But yeah, I'm so excited for this game. I think I'm more excited for this game than I was for Inquisition when it was revealed. And I was obnoxious about how much I was excited for Inquisition. When this game comes out, I'm gonna annoy the fuck out of everyone I know with how much I talk about this damn game. I've gotten some of my friends to start playing Origins and 2 because they've never played them, and they're like, oh, should I just play Inquisition? I'm like, no. But now that it's coming out so soon, I did message a couple of them. I was like, okay, if you want plot synopsises while you're playing Inquisition, watch my Let's Plays, and then you can kind of know what's happened. Which it doesn't seem like you need to know much about what happened in Origins for the Veilguard, but a little bit you need to know a little bit of what happened in Dragon Age 2 from what it seems like. And you definitely need to have played Inquisition. Like, that seems like, if you haven't played Inquisition, you're going to be so fucking confused when you play this game. So please do not play Veilguard as your first Dragon Age game. At least play Inquisition. That looks so cool. And it sucks because I'm like... That's like my... This scene could describe things Cole likes in a nutshell. Big-ass world-eating wolf jumping to fight God Dragon. Everything about this is so... On paper, Solus should be the coolest character to me. And I do think he's awesome, but...
He's just a dick.
Well, it's not that he's a dick. Like, even right now, Valdras is, like, actually willing to hear him out on, like, when he's talking about the Fate. I think you'd like him as a character, honestly. Like, if you played Inquisition on your own, I think you would legitimately like Solus. And that would make what he does.
Is he trying to, like, genocide the world or something?
Not, like, genocide. Like, that's kind of what is implied, but after, like, thinking more about it, like, he's trying to tear down the veil... Because he put it up in the first place. The separation between the Fade and the material plane. Solus is the one who put that up. And he's trying to tear it down because he thinks he made a mistake because he took magic away from the world, basically. So there's only a few...
Oh, so it's like Legend of Korra.
Kinda, but like... But if Solus tears down the veil... And he even said in the beginning of the Veilguard, like in the trailer we saw, I've taken precautions, Varric, to minimize the damage. And it's like... Millions of people are still going to die. But he's trying to make the world its purest form again. I don't agree with his decisions, personally. And I don't think my Inquisitor is going to either. But I can understand from his perspective. Because he just woke up thousands of years after what he did and saw the world and was like, what the fuck did I do? He's actually the person who kind of kickstarts everything that happens in Inquisition, because the orb that Corypheus uses to tear open the breach in the sky, it's Solus's orb. So he gave the BBEG the weapon he needed to tear open the sky and try to get into the Fade, because Solus was too weak to use it after his slumber. And he didn't expect Corypheus to survive, and he did. So then Solus went, fuck, 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 I have to fix my problem. Thankfully, your Inquisitor happened to be involved, so he's like, oh good, I have someone I can use to help fix this. But this shot right here is basically everything I should love about a video game. Not make that a thumbnail. Yeah, and that dragon looks so cool. So, Sword and Shield combat looks so cool. I'm so excited. I'm not sure. And we have like a month and a half, or 2.5 months. 2.5 months until it comes out. I'm excited. But anyway, folks, this video ended up being longer than I thought it would be.
I need to go to bed.
She does need to go to bed. So thank you all so much for watching. What did you guys think of the trailer? Comment down below if you agree or disagree with things I said. Let's talk theories in the comments. I'd love to hear some of your guys' like theories and like things that you want to like discuss. If you completely disagree with me on Solus, I have close friends who do. So let's chat in the comments about it. I'm very interested to see what other people think about this trailer and about the game in general. Let's not talk about the gameplay in this because there's not much gameplay. I'm excited for the gameplay. I know most of you are too, but a lot of you are still like, it's not real time with pause. I'm so thankful it's not real time with pause. I like action gameplay and turn-based gameplay. Best gameplay. Real time with pause just feels like a unnecessary middle ground. It feels unnecessary. I get why it was done back in the day, but with the type of combat we can do now in video games with action combat and turn-based, there's no need for it. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like down below and subscribe if you haven't already. And if you want to see more Dragon Age content, I do right now pretty much exclusively Dragon Age content and D&D content. I do D&D TTRPG actual plays in my homebrew world. But yeah, if you're interested in that kind of content, subscribe to see more, and it really helps me out, and I would appreciate it a lot. But anyways, guys, we'll see you guys on the next one of these little vlog reactions, and tune in for my Dragon Age The Veilguard playthrough and my Dragon Age Inquisition playthrough first.